central angles and inscribed angles of a circle. All right, so they're going to give us a circle, and then we need to know what is a central angle and what is an inscribed angle. So a central angle means that it's coming from the center of the circle. So hopefully that's pretty obviously named. Inscribed angle means that it's inside the circle, but it's actually touching the side. So if we look over here in my notes, we can see here's a central angle. So it's showing you that it's coming from the center and it's going to the sides, and it creates this red arc. And then an inscribed angle goes all the way to the side, and it doesn't have to go all the way to the opposite side like this, because we actually have one here, and I'll highlight this one down below. I think they do highlight it for you. So here you can see down below here. So you have this inscribed angle with the same arc. So it doesn't have to go straight across like the example does over here in my notes, but it doesn't stop in the center. It goes to the side of the circle. So we have two properties. If you have a central angle, then the arc is the same measure. So the measure of the central angle equals the measure of its intercepted arc. So that makes it super easy. If we know the measure of the angle, we know the measure of the arc. We know the arc, we know the angle. Now if it's an inscribed angle, the angle is half the arc. So if we know the angle, then we want to multiply it by 2 to get to the arc. If we know the arc, we want to divide by 2 to get to the angle. So it just depends on which we're given. So I was able to kind of steal this one. You should write this in your notes so you have it written down. And then we're going to go ahead and apply these. So if you look at this first one, it wants us to find finding arc FG. So this arc FG here. And we were given up top that angle FHG equals 48. So FHG, that's a central angle. So they actually show you a little bit nicer popped out here because it is. And I'll use some colors on the next page too because it's a little easier to see that way. So if we have this central angle is 48 degrees, then remember if it's a central angle, the arc is the same. So the arc is also 48 degrees. Then they ask us to find angle FEG. So and they color coded it out here for us. We already know the arc because we just found that out. It's 48 degrees. This is an inscribed angle. So we're going to divide by 2, and that'll tell us the arc. So it's 24. So we just have to decide which one we're using, and that's pretty much all we're going to do on this one. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this one. We have a circle here. Hold on, I got to move my pen tool over so we can actually see it. Okay. This program likes to argue with me a little bit on my pen tool here. Okay, so let's change this so it's reds and greens, just like what they have over there. All right, so we have M is the center, and suppose that the measure of KML, so we have a measurement here is, and that's KML. So this one here is 56 degrees. Now we're going to find arc KL. So we have arc KL here. And keep in mind that the sides, which they keep putting in green, look like this. Right through my angle here, not meaning to. So here are my sides. So this is my first angle. So this is in a central angle. This looks just like this first one. It's just on the opposite side. So I know if the angle is 56, the arc is 56. So that was easy enough. Now we're going to find angle KJL. So KJL is this one here. So KJL, so we want to find this angle right here. So remember, if the arc is 56 degrees out here, and I want to find an inscribed angle, I'm going to take 56 and I'm going to divide by 2. And that'll tell me what my inscribed angle is. So I'm going to get, let's see, I get 28. Okay, 28 degrees. I'm going to check. And we're good on that one. All right, next. Oh, I hope if I actually had my cursor tool selected there. Okay. So now they're telling us to suppose that this arc is 92 degrees. And they want us to find KJL, so KJL. So this is an inscribed angle because it's going all the way to the side and it is the opposite side. So we're going to take 92 and divide by 2 because we take the arc and we divide by 2 to go to the angle. So let's see, it goes in 4 times 8, 43, that's not quite right. 92 divided by 2, we should get 40. Oh, dividing by 2. What am I doing? It's not a 3, it's a 6. Silly me, just dividing by the wrong number in my head. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to find KML. So now we're going to find the central angle. Well, again, central angle, that's super, super easy. If we know the arc, the central angle is exactly the same. So if the arc is 92, the central angle is 92. All right. Perfect. One more. Okay, so now let's go. We'll go with green on this one. So KJL, so this angle here, I'm going to put an arrow out here, is 38 degrees. So remember, here's my angle, KJL, like this. And I want to highlight the arc that it's intercepting here. So it's intercepting this arc here. So if I have the angle, and I want to get out to the arc, and this is an inscribed angle, I want to multiply by 2 this time to go out to the angle. So we have 16, 6, 7, 76. So this is a 76 degree angle. And now if I want to go into the other angle, because that's the other part of my answer here, so I want to go down here now for KML, because this is the other one they want. Well, this is a central angle because here's the center of my circle. So if my arc is 76, my angle is also 76. So quick check, and we're good. We finished another one, yay.